All right, so you just shot yourself. This is the first aid kit that you need to have on your person and or your truck. All right, so there's gonna be a lot of things that I'm showing you here in various order, but the most important thing to do is to stop that bleeding and get yourself to an emergency room and get that taken care of. All right, there's many ways of stopping bleeding. And the first thing is not really necessary, but it's nice to have, is a little bit of gauze that you can wrap around the wound. That's after you've stopped the bleeding, so that's really useless once you've shot yourself, really. This right here is a triangle bandage. That is essential. You could actually just have 2 of those, and you could almost take care of any wound that you need. All right, and all these you want to look up on YouTube on how to use them, the triangle bandage being one of the most important. Here's another one that's really not necessary the minute you get shot, and that is a tourniquet. That would be used after you've initially stopped the bleeding. Quick Clot, great product. You can wrap this around the wound and or stuff it inside the wound. All right, you got some water to wash off some sand. If you shot yourself in the hand, your hand might be covered with whatever you were messing with at the time. So if you're cleaning your gun, for instance, you might have cleaning fluid on your hand. Just an easy way to rinse it off. We have right here an H bandage. This is a great product. This stops bleeding. So if you have an artery hit, all right, if you are really, really bleeding and or just hit, you can use this H bandage very effectively on your arm and or your leg. And the first thing you want to be able to grab, you have 2 pockets in this first aid kit. The first pocket and most important pocket is your rubber gloves and your gauze. So these are gauze that are in paper that you can rip open with your teeth. You're going to rip those open. You're going to stop the initial bleeding and or sop up the majority of the blood, because you don't want to use your Quick Clot to absorb just a pool of blood. And here's an H bandage, H&H bandage, another one to stop bleeding. And then I also, yeah, it's a shooting bag, but in general, when you need a first aid kit, you just need a Band-Aid and or some ointment. I threw that in there also in my shooting bag. So that's just your standard Band-Aids, nothing too fancy. But they're the large ones, so I believe they're like 4 inches by 2 inches. That enables you to go around an entire finger, and it's big enough where it will stick to almost any part of your body. So it's something just to get you home, just a small little injury. You guys can kind of take a look at everything I got in here. So you just don't want it too complicated. The rubber gloves are, if you're taking care of someone else, you don't want to introduce a bunch of bacteria into his wound, because you'll be stuffing that Quick Clot possibly into his abdomen or wherever. But if you shot yourself, you will probably not be doing that. So just be familiar with the articles that are in this first aid kit and how to use them. And the triangle bandage probably being the best of all of these. You could have 2 of those, and that would take care of most of your injuries. And because it's multi-use, you can use it as a sterile absorbent rag, or you can use it to be a tourniquet. You can also suspend your arm. You can use it for a head injury. When you open that up, it'll be a long, I think about, 40 by 56 inches. And you can wrap that any way you want. It's very useful. So, here it is right here. And you want it in a water-resistant, waterproof bag. So it's not destroyed. And then things that I added was a little roll of duct tape, a knife, and or medical shears to open up your jeans or whatever you shot yourself through. And then also a medical tag. So I got a custom tag that I put on this that says medical gear inside. Nice big red one. All right, hope you enjoyed this. Take care, guys.